Good morning and welcome to Satya Sunday. I'm Dr. Ali Benjamin, and it is my great pleasure and joy to be here today. And happy New Year's Eve. I know that we are all gearing up to step into a whole new year, 2024. So peace and blessings to you wherever you are. And I know that today's message, today's upload, download will support you in stepping out of the old rut and redesigning your experience, your life, your thoughts, your actions, so that you can step into 2024 with a whole new outlook. It's time. It's perfect time as we step across this threshold that will be tomorrow morning when we wake up. So welcome, and I am broadcasting live here from Farmington, Utah, and wherever you are, peace and blessings to you. And I trust that you didn't stumble across this broadcast, this live, or this replay by chance, that you are here to learn something or take something away that will support you right where you are. Whether you are on top of the world and things are just clicking along and falling right into place, or whether you are starting a new project or experiencing some difficulty, I know today my talk will bring some light to you right where you are. So please join me right now. Let's do a little meditation. Let's do a little arriving and settling. So if you will, close your eyes and take a moment. Take a moment to give yourself the gift of being completely present. Present in your life, present in your body, present in your heart, and present in your mind. There's only one life, and we're all living it. We're all a part of this one amazing life. And as we take our place at center stage of our particular unique stage or state of life, and as we feel into being fully present at the very center of our own experience, there's a relaxation that happens. There's a settling in. And this is coming home to yourself, occupying your own consciousness. And as you bring yourself into full presence, occupying your own consciousness and bringing your attention to the here and now. Meditation is simply paying undistractable attention to what is. And whatever is, whatever you're hearing, I can hear the traffic off in the distance. Whatever you're feeling, I can feel the weight of my clothing on my body, the support of the chair beneath me. Whatever you're experiencing, the thoughts that come and go, feelings, whatever's going on right now, just give it a moment. Pay attention. Maybe place your hand on your heart, acknowledging you're giving yourself the gift of presence, and the gift that we're sharing together here at Satya Live, Satya Sunday. Take a deep, deep breath and release and open the eyes. Very good. Well, welcome. So, blaze a new trail. What does that mean, to blaze a new trail? So I looked it up, and the expression blaze a trail is used to talk about leading the way or clearing a path towards progress. Finding a new path, beginning a new undertaking. And that's what we're doing as we step into the new year. Many of us take this time to establish some new goals, some intentions, to let go of some things that maybe have been in our way, and maybe starting some new healthy habits, exercising, cutting out some sugar or too many carbs, whatever it might be. This is a new undertaking for us, and we get to take this January month and begin again. And we don't disregard the past, because there was a lot of great things that happened in 2023 and over the course of your entire life. And so all of the things that support you in your joy and feeling fulfilled and satisfied in your life, things that you have, that you've gained, things that you've learned, bring them with. And then those things that maybe are triggering, or maybe are unhealthy, or maybe keep you stuck in patterns and cycles that don't serve you, maybe it's time to re-examine those and to let go of some things. That's what blazing a new trail is all about. When you go on a hike, or I went on a pilgrimage last year, and I definitely blazed a new trail for myself. And whenever you go on a hike or a walk, you want to be dressed appropriately. You don't want to be carrying a backpack that's too heavy. And that's how it is when we step into the new year and we're blazing a new trail. We're starting a new work. We're heading towards a new goal, or whatever it might be. We want to take off the heavy backpack, get rid of those burdensome stones, or thoughts, or beliefs, or stories that have been holding us back, or maybe relationships that have been weighing us down. Maybe it's time. Maybe this is the year that you're finally ready to let some things go that you've not been willing to up until this point. But for whatever reason, now seems like a good time. That those things that you used to carry around, those beliefs of unworthiness, or those beliefs that people should be different than they are, maybe those things need to be let go of. Because we all have this amazing opportunity to blaze a new trail full of thoughts that serve us, activities and habits and traits and qualities and tendencies that support us on this new trail. We all deserve this. So as we blaze this new trail, I found it interesting. I looked up what blaze really meant in regards to blazing a new trail, and it says that the pioneers that were settling this country, America, would make these blaze marks, or these hatchet marks on trees. And so people could follow the trail that they had taken, because they could follow these blaze marks or hatchet marks on the trees. So we get to blaze a new trail. We get to leave a mark. We get to be the inspiration for someone else. We get to be the answer to somebody's prayer. Why? Because we've got the wherewithal to take life by the reins and blaze a new trail by design rather than default. We don't have to just go along with life the way it presents. We can actually choose the thoughts we think, because each one of us are the thinkers that think the thoughts, that create the things, the experiences, the relationships we have. Our minds are the most powerful tools that we have. So as we step into this new year, as we start to blaze a new trail, as we step out of the rut of our own making of the past, we begin to realize we gain mastery of our mind. We align our mind with our emotions, our longings, our desires, and then we take action. This is three-centered movement, three-centered manifestation. This is how to become a masterful manifester of your life and your dreams. You learn that your mind is so important in understanding how to manifest. And so we realize we have omniscience. We have access to infinite wisdom and intelligence. So we take time to quiet the mind. And when we quiet the mind, we access infinite mind. We quiet the surface mind, the ego mind, and then we access the essential mind, our essential self. And then we bring into coherence with the mind our heart. We take that 18-inch journey down into the heart, and we expand the field of love, and we harness the energy and the power of our heart, omnipotence, and we harness the energy of love along with the energy and the power of our thinking, our omniscience, and then we draw it down into the belly and we expand our omnipresence. We expand our sense of being one with everything. And as we do this three-centered aligning, we activate the idea and the truth and the reality of omniscience, omnipotence, and then omnipresence. All thinking, all wisdom, all knowing, all love, unconditional love, with absolute oneness and presence. And as we establish ourselves in this way, as three-centered beings, whole, perfect, and complete, we activate the law of attraction. We absolutely harness our energy, we lift our vibration, and we move into alignment with our dreams, our visions, and where we are headed. So we're blazing a new trail. So we understand that it's this moment in time when we're about to cross the threshold that most of us are more aware of our personal development. We take charge of who we're becoming, and we increase the depth of our wisdom, our understanding, our energy, and we start to include everything that's gone before that's healthy and supportive. We include it. We transcend those things that are not important, healthy, in us blazing a new trail. And we start to reorder. We start to redesign our lives, reshuffle the deck. We decide what we're going to take forward. And maybe we realize that we need to learn some new skills. So we start to reorder our thinking and our emotions and our actions around who we're becoming. It's a very good time to, as we're stepping out of the rut of who we were in 2023, and we start to establish what we want to experience in 2024 as the new person that we're stepping into, as the new, more integrated personality that includes our ego and our essence, and we start to establish this new idea of ourselves. We zip ourselves up in the skin of who we're becoming, and we start to move in the direction. We start to think differently. We start to feel differently. Many of you have heard me talk about the circle with the line across the middle, that below the line and above the line thinking. As we break out of the rut that we've been living in, as we start to establish a vision for 2024, We start to realize that thinking above the line is where we're going to be the most powerful manifester. We're going to step above the line. What does that mean? We start thinking positive, empowering, healthy thoughts that move us in the direction that we want to go. And when we dip down below the line, when we dip down into pessimism, being judgmental, being cynical, or worrying, anxiety, and it happens to all of us. But as we pay closer attention to when we slip below the line and we do what we can do to bring ourselves up, we can recognize. So this is my acronym for today. This is RUT, R-U-T. We can recognize our frequency. We can say, okay, where am I? Above the line, below the line. As we recognize our frequency, as we recognize what's been holding us back, what's been limiting us, we then unearth, or we bring into the light the things that we want to experience over the next 12 months. So remember, we recognize what's not serving us, we unearth the things that we want to experience, and then we transcend. So this is recognize, R, recognize, U, unearth, and T, transcend. We transcend, or we widen the circle of our own experience. Don't you love to know that we can widen our experience, that we can transcend our own old self? And as we start to transcend our old self, as we start to widen the circle, broaden our perspective, we open ourselves up to what is possible. What is possible for you? What is possible for you? I know that for me, it's time for my dreams to come true. And I know this for you. And that's what us here at Satya, our practitioners and ministers, we do. We know the truth for you. Sorry about my puppy barking. We know the truth for you. We absolutely know there is a wider circle and a bigger dream, and it's yours to claim right now. You're playing small, as Marianne Williamson says, does nothing. It's time to own your light and broadcast your light. Make no apologies for it, and step out of that rut that you've been in. Blaze a new trail forward, because it's time. It's time. It's time for you. It's time for all of us. And this is what, when Gandhi said, be the change the world needs, or be the change you wish to see in the world, it's really understanding that you are worthy of having a great life. You are here to make a difference. It takes each of us having this awareness that we're worthy to have a good life, that we're able to make a difference, one heartbeat at a time, one life at a time, one person at a time. We're all here, we're all worthy, and we're all willing. And I'm taking you're viewing this as an accepting the invitation that you are willing to blaze a new trail, to step out of the rut, and to be the change that you wish to see in the world. It starts with you, it starts with me. And as we start to get clear on what we want to experience in the next 12 months, as we cast a vision and we start to feel what that's going to feel like, we start to mastermind, maybe you have a friend, maybe you work with a coach, and you start to talk about your emerging vision, the new you, the new paradigm that you're creating, the new life that you're ready to take it by the horns and step forward with integrity and authenticity and purpose. And you start to talk about it, and you start to really get a sense of it, that now's the time, and you're the one. And you start to look around and see, who's going to help me? Who can I collaborate with? Because we're in this together. And let's make this 2024 a year where we collaborate and work together and bring this widened circle of what's possible into every situation, into our workplace, into our families, into our hearts. And as we begin to settle in more fully, we begin to recognize, here's some other acronyms for the word rut, recognize useless thoughts. I would imagine, if you're like me, there's many, many thoughts that pop up in your mind every day that are absolutely useless. Maybe you get into someone else's business and you start thinking about what they should or shouldn't be doing. Or maybe you start worrying about, I'm too old or too young or too big or too small or don't have the education or I'm overqualified or whatever story it is. Recognize these useless thoughts and start to stare them down, question their validity, question the power they have over your life and your big dream. Here's another one. Remove unwanted triggers. Remove unwanted triggers. Is there something or someone in your life that is triggering to you? Maybe it's time to start asking that to move on, forgiving it, letting it go. Another acronym, release unhealthy traits. What traits do you have? Habits do you have that keep you stuck, keep you small? Maybe it's some kind of addictive behavior, maybe too much screen time, too much social media, too much complaining, not enough movement forward. So what are some of the unhealthy traits? Procrastination? Worry? Anxiety? Is it real? Is it yours? Do you want to take it into 2024? Here's another one. Realize universal truths. There's so many truths, big truths. Love is one of them. We all, every sentient being, believes in love. Even if it's an unhealthy belief in love of power, love of control, even the unhealthiest among us understands what love is. Love, when it's in its highest form, agape love, unconditional love, can liberate us from everything that keeps us stuck and binds us to our pain and suffering. So recognize useless thoughts, remove unwanted triggers, release unhealthy traits, realize universal truths, and my last acronym, remember, unlock your treasures. You have so much within you that wants to come out, that the world wants to see. The beauty of the way you move in the world, the way you think, the way you connect, the way you communicate. All of these things are treasures that you hold that are priceless, that you want to give time and energy and attention to, because if not now, then when? And if not you, then who? So bring your treasures out. So I hope that these thoughts about stepping out of your rut, crossing the threshold into the new year, with a whole new energy, with a whole new outlook, unbounded possibilities and potentialities are yours. They're ours. It comes with this human life. And as we start to do a little depth work, personal growth and development, we begin to see there's so much more to us than we ever realized. That there's so much that's possible through this one life that you're living. You're here for a certain amount of years. Now, your soul is unlimited, never was born and will never die. But you, as this personality, are here for a particular amount of time. And so it's time for you to give full expression, to polish up your personality, to put on the very best of yourself, moving forward as you step out of your rut and step into the bigger and wider circle that is your life. And you start to realize that there are no edges, that the circumference is everywhere. And the center is nowhere, because it's everywhere. And it's you and it's me and it's we. So I'd love to close with a prayer for you and for me and for us as we celebrate New Year's Eve together, even if it's in consciousness and it's in the vibration of love and appreciation. Let us know that this prayer, this activation, this meditation is for all of us. And if you have a prayer request, if you want to outreach to one of our practitioners, and go ahead and contact us at the Satya Center at Gmail. And I'm so glad that you were here today. And let us know if you want someone to work with in consciousness. We've got coaches, we've got practitioners that would love to work with you. And if what you've experienced here today has been helpful, you can make a donation. We are a nonprofit, 501(c), and we take your love, your energy, as well as your financial support, and all of that gives wings to our mission to inspire minds, to heal hearts, and transform lives. So here we go, closing the eyes and opening up to the deep, rich, full moment right here and right now. And as we step into the one life and the one power, and we begin to outstretch our wings, and we begin to let go of any worries and thoughts and concerns and limitations, and we simply move up above the line. And we call upon our higher self, our mentors, our masters, and our guides and angels, and all of those that support us, our ancestors, those that have come before us. And we ask for all the support in the world as we step into the next iteration of ourselves, as we give ourselves permission as never before, as we realize our worth as we haven't done up to this point, like we are right now. And we say yes to our lives, yes to our emerging visions, and we say thank you. Thank you to this life. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. And we simply let go with deep gratitude for who we're becoming and what's possible. Thank you. We let go, we release, and so it is, my friend. And if you want to join me tomorrow, I'm going to be leading everyone through a whole process with a worksheet on my Growing Edge Live. And you can find us here on Facebook, on YouTube, New Thought Media Network. Thank you so much. And I'm going to close us out now. Thank you so much for being here. Peace and blessings.